How are we doing? So I'm doing this, draw this in the style that you see here in the bottom right by Kandaem. She does some really good stuff. I really like her characters. So I kind of like started sketching this one out beforehand. I have a lot of performance anxiety and I didn't even realize that. And so a way to combat that was just to try and do it myself before I get on stream and kind of do that instead. And that kind of worked a little bit. And so I went on Pinterest and I got pose references that I wanted to try. And so I did that. And that actually helped a lot. It helped with my anxiety to like just be drawing live. So trying to find better ways to deal with the anxiety, fam. Trying to figure out how I want to do her hair. I haven't been drawing lately. I actually took a really long break. A lot of people don't talk about that, how sometimes you need to take a break from art. And I thought I was going to do a lot of drawing in the few days that I was like taking as a break. Nope, sure didn't. I just kind of like vibed. I don't know why sometimes it's like a struggle bus to draw, but it is what it is. I forgot to draw her on her eyebrows. Goodness. There we go. Fantastic. Some burly eyebrows are always like my vibe. I'm like, give me a nice, big, and sassy eyebrows, you know? I think I'm gonna lower the opacity on this one and go on top, maybe? Yeah. I think I'm gonna also keep this one a little bit more sketchy. I definitely don't want to add too much to it. I think I want to keep a little bit of personality in there to an extent. I think I'm also trying to find like a more simpler style of thing. I feel like I try to render too hard. And I'm like, sometimes that doesn't need that, you know? And so I feel like it's important to kind of remember that. And I think that style for me is just going to be like super sketchy, just because it's literally my favorite kind of thing. Sketchy has always been my favorite thing to do. And so this character does have 3 eyes, one on her forehead, and obviously the regular 2. I don't know if I want to make her look to the side. I think I do though. Side eye with all 3 of your eyes. Bombastic side eye. You know what? I love a good bombastic side eye, you know? This brush has me sent, like it's sending me, truly. This is exactly the texture that I want when I'm sketching things. And I finally have a brush that does that for me. Oh my God, the line weight. Oh, I've been looking for a like sketching digital brush for ages. And like, this is giving it to me. And I'm like, this is exactly what I needed. You know what I didn't do is I didn't flip it. And I don't know if my anatomy is good. Oh my God. This hair is so wispy. Like, I love it. I'm really not looking forward to drawing these hands. Fingies are hard. I'm gonna try and do mostly the hands here because, you know, hands are gonna be the death of me. I haven't drawn in ages and I was just trying to find something to draw. Their name is Kandaem on like all social media platforms. And so I wanted to draw her character because I like the look of her. Man, this brush is killing me in the best of ways, honestly. Like, I'm actually really happy with this brush right now. I'm a real artist now. I draw hands. my favorite and worst thing about arting is having like beautiful wispy hair, but then like I hate drawing it. I love how my vibe is like super chill and then it's like, hey, let's listen to this metal. I'm thinking cute, but for metal. I am like absolutely in love with this brush right now. Like this brush is giving me life right now. I told you guys, once I started drawing hands and getting better at them, like it was over. It was going to be over. Look at those motherfuckers. Look, shush, I'm trying. Very delicate, isn't it? It was in the reference that I used too. Let me see if I use this as a reference right here. You got to get some posing reference and like I freehanded it. I looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna draw it this way. You need reference, okay? Until you like know what you want to do, you gotta like figure it out a little bit. Using references is not a bad thing. And like we've stigmatized using references and I fell for it. I remember those DeviantArt days where they were like, oh yeah, you can't use references. You're not a real artist. You can't draw from your brain. I'm like, what am I supposed to draw from? Art imitates life and life imitates art. Like it's just what it is. Like get over it. Like I don't know what to tell you. People are still considering using reference like you. Yeah, there's some people that do, unfortunately. And honestly, there are so many artists that I follow now that are like, I literally use this reference pose for this major comic book cover that I worked on. Now it's like, there it is. Like I have an entire Pinterest, different poses. I have different clothing, for example, here, like posing, tips or information, clothing, face, color palettes, flowers, like a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I use references for everything. And is Pinterest great? No, but like I just use it for like inspiration, ideas. I never had a pro say they didn't use references. Welcome to the better time of arting, the best and worst time. Because there have been plenty of artists that have condemned others for using references. You would be surprised because they all claim that they know better. And that's not counting like a time period where like artists were fighting with one another. I'm never using another brush to sketch again in my life. Making sure that all of your stuff has a point of reference, either inspiration or pulling from something to referencing your art, like all of that is so important in my opinion. Of course, I feel like all those things are important and I'm learning as I work on my art and more seriously lately. And I feel like when I use references, like my stuff just looks better until like I try and force it and it's like, oh, that's why it's all jank. When I started drawing, like many people, I started drawing when I was young. I never really thought about taking art seriously because like it was never like a career option for me when I was younger. And then I visited a school with a friend after we had graduated and it was an art school for like video game development. And so I was like, oh my God, I can make this a career. Like the stuff that I love, aka video games, it's like a real career. It's like really possible. I went to my first art school and it was a total scam. Then I gave up on art for like a good 10 years and then I came back to it and I've been doing some on and off classes online and in person to just further myself artistically and learn things like color theory and character concept and character development, storytelling. And it's still an ongoing journey. I still take classes. I'm still learning. I currently have a mentorship. I'm trying to like build my portfolio. I'm still working on it. It's probably more a mixture of like self-taught and like independent classes because I don't go to any specific school. I've done group classes and mentorships to work on my art. That's what I have thus far. I was hoping for the lewd era. Nope, not today. You can't draw lewd on Twitch. Lewd is going to be for Patreon. I'm going to make a smaller level for it. I hope that I'm gonna be able to submit this, draw this in your style in time. Look at these hands, y'all. Freaking draw hands now, fam. Only one good hand per stream. All right, I guess it's time to color now. So we're gonna do a little bit warmer of a gray tone. We'll clean it up in a second. I just want to get my flats in. It's gonna be hella messy, but it is what it is. I don't want to think about it too much. I love how now I'm just like vibing off of this and not paying attention to layers. It is all coming together. I'm not trying to go too super detailed. So I'm just kind of like vibing. I'm just like, layers, who needs some? Only gonna do a little bit more and then we're probably gonna tap out. Am I putting down a pink? Yes, I am. Am I dealing with color theory? Most definitely. Don't ask questions, it's color theory. Which I'm like slowly learning little by little. Anything but color. Look, color theory is, it's still a doozy. Like it truly is. Trying to add a little bit more like color variety to like this chick's hair because like good lord, well that might be better. Yeah, might have to desaturate that a little bit, adding those purples, baby. When all else fails, use purples for shadows. Don't ask me how this is working. I don't know, it just is. I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. I'm just like mixing colors and this is just what's happening. I'm trying to push myself. Yeah, I decided to like take a chance. So I was like, why not? Yeah, I'm just trying to add a little bit more depth to it. Definitely need to get like the basics and then do the highlights and whatnot. I'm having to play around with colors as I definitely don't paint as light as she does. So man, this piece has me in a chokehold because I should have stopped streaming like 40 minutes ago. But I got so into it, it's not even funny. It's such a distinct color palette. It's such a distinct style. I love her stuff. I love the way she colors. Like, I love all of it. Like, this is all we got thus far, but I'm focused really on the face and like went from flats to this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad. This is where we're going to be at for the evening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for sticking around. Like, I truly appreciate you guys coming in and spending your time with me and watching me doodle. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you're at. Don't forget to drink some water, take your meds, do a little bit of self-care, and get some rest. Whatever it is that you're doing today. It doesn't have to be right now, but you can do it later. But I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Anywho.